Shout out to Phenom Black, Miss Music Lover, Twan Burgundy, Silent Ace Media, man. Mindset of a young nigga with idle time. They say a devil's workshop is an idle mind. This hip-hop infiltrated by a wicked built industry. I'm representing for the underground. Independence, Fifth Amendment, freedom of speech, the revolution is pending. But it's cool cause you see we on a mission. Television off, this a viral petition. Man, and I hope you pay attention. The WM48, we keep it real.
What is up, YouTube, and what is up, podcast listeners? We are here. My bad, I'm stuttering. We're here and we're back with Luke Cage Season 2 recaps, spoiler caps that we call them, where we talk about everything that happens in the episode that we care about. So not everything in the episode, just the shit we care about. This is episode 7, On and On. It is directed by Rashad Ernest Green, and it is written by Nicole Morante Matthews. So last time Luke Cage died, and somebody had to go find Sephiroth from Final Fantasy to cast a spell to bring this nigga back. No. He got poisoned by a Bushmaster. He was gonna drown, but then he heard the voice of his mother, or he heard his father, and they said, "Move, get up, nigga."
He had some flashbacks.
Yep, and he woke up, because that's what happened. When you drown and just go to sleep, you'll wake up and swim to the top. That's usually how it works in movies. And he wakes up and he comes out the water and he splish splashes onto the concrete. And that's when we get the intro. We come back and he is drenched and he shows up at the church. And his dad is like, "Carl, what happened?"
Carl.
Like Walking Dead, Carl.
There's an R and L in the same letter. Carl.
Hilarious.
His dad is. I'm sorry.
That's all I'm gonna hear now. Carl. My name is Luke Cage.
No, it's not. It's Carl.
Your name is Carl.
Carl.
Y'all ain't shit.
Oh my God. So he shows up at the church and his dad is like, "What happened, boy? You dropping it wet." And Luke Cage is like, "Man, I got my ass beat again." "Don't send me back to school no more, daddy." And his dad's like, "Come on, you gotta get you checked out." And he asks his dad, "Where's Piranha Jones?" And his dad is like, "Oh, he left."
Yeah, he did. Like he
said it so nonchalant. Oh, he gone.
"Boy, you ain't big enough for me not to give you a beat down now. He grown man. He left on his own."
You take that bass on your voice.
I think he said, "Man, you had one job, nigga."
He did though. He did only have one job. Like
he really did. Like, why you tell him you was gonna watch the man if you were gonna watch the man? He could have took him with him to the bridge fight. He said something to his dad, and his dad tries to put hands on him, and he realizes this nigga strong.
Yeah,
that shit was funny. He's like,
he was looking like, "Oh."
He's like, let me pinch you. Boy, you strong. Yeah, those were some idle threats I was making earlier. Just ignore those. So yeah, they're not on speaking terms anymore after this fuck up. They saw Piranha Jones, and he has absolutely been picked up by Bushmaster. And Bushmaster is basically telling him, "You give us what we want, you'll be all right." He will not be all right. But, once you get caught, nigga, you get caught. Mariah is pissed. And this is when she tries to weed out the snitch. She comes in the room ranting and fucking raving because they still ain't found Piranha. She stabs old boy in the fucking hand. And Comanche tells Shades that Sugar is the snitch because they ain't seen Sugar in a while. Sugar must be the snitch. Shades knows better. They cut back to, there's a huge blowout at the club when Mariah just losing her shit. And Tilda comes in as the henchmen are leaving to go out to find Piranha. And Tilda is listening to Stephen Marley. And basically he's like speaking to her through his reggae. And the song is "You're Gonna Leave," which is an acoustic version. It is in one of my playlists. It was very dope. So Luke is like, "If we're gonna find Piranha, I need to go find Misty Knight." And Misty like, "Damn, nigga, you got another concussion?" And he like, "Girl, I've been concussed all week." And they're rolling through the streets and they are going and looking through specific places. And they actually end up finding the warehouse where Piranha was being held. But when they get there, there is a tank with a sheet over it. And this happens after Piranha explained to Bushmaster why he named himself Piranha.
Mm-hmm.
Bushmaster is such a fucking savage that he beheaded this nigga. And he put his head in a fish tank full of piranha.
I see that's his thing, his MO to behead him.
Yeah, and they just kind of feeding on Piranha's face. So that nigga's not gonna be in season 3.
Maybe that's a flashback.
There is a little exchange going on between Luke and Misty, and it's one of those we breaking the fourth wall moments. Misty says, "You're my sidekick." Who says you're not my side? Who says you're not a sidekick? And Luke Cage responds with, "Me. It's my show." Waka 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 waka.
And he looked right in the camera.
He did. He did. Waka 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 waka. Mariah had a whole conversation with Tilda earlier about how much money they had and how much power they had and how much they were going to be able to help the community, and how she need not worry about the situation with Harlem Paradise or what's going on with Bushmaster, anything like that. They're going to be just fine. Fast forward 20 minutes, and Mariah is having an all-out fucking breakdown because she realizes that all the money that was in her account is gone.
It's 0, 0, 0.
This actually happens while after she, I believe, talks. It's either after or before she talks to Captain Rittenhauer, where he reveals to her.
It was after.
After.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. He walked in after. He revealed to her that he knows who Tilda's real father is.
Yes, that was a bombshell.
And he asked her, does Tilda even know her real age?
Nigga.
Yes.
I was like, and then it like the scene changed. Like, we just ain't gonna go back to that.
Right.
Y'all just
Right.
We're
y'all
just
gonna drop that off.
alone.
That's real. That's some real fucked up shit. Your daughter don't even know her real age.
Damn.
Shit.
That shit was heavy though.
Anansi is really getting tired of Bushmaster shit. And they're having another argument about this nigga doing too much.
Anansi with them Jamaican words of wisdom every time.
Man, they conversations be so good. Anansi's like, vengeance belong to the Lord. And Bushmaster says, well, the Lord will have it bad when we're done with it. I was like, oh my God. I would listen to a whole show of these niggas talking. Because that whole exchange was fire. And, at this point, he has taken everything from Mariah, and he's still not done. He is not going to be done until he has her head on a stake.
He said her soul.
Mm-hmm. Shades tells Mariah he needs to run and go do something, and Mariah goes off on her fucking own. This is not going to end well. Shades is actually following Comanche. And when he pulls up to the scene, he finds Comanche talking to Captain Rittenhauer. Comanche is like, yo, I figured it out. He basically makes this bullshit story on the spot. It was Sugar all along, but this is the nigga Sugar was talking to, because I couldn't really find Sugar because nobody knows what Sugar is, because Sugar is a family man, and when he goes in to hide, guess what? He not hiding in Harlem. Sugar is in Queens, and that's the reason can't nobody find him, because they don't leave the limits of Harlem to go looking for people. He's watching Broadway play right now with the family. And Comanche is like, yo, this is the dude he was snitching to though, so we just need to kill this cop. And Rittenhauer uses this nigga's government name, Darius. I hope you get out, Darius. I know your mama, Darius. Here's our address, Darius. Here's your zip code, Darius. I know your driver's ID number, Darius. Putting this nigga on Front Street for snitching. He's the ultimate snitch. And while he's saying Darius's name, Darius shoots him to show Shades that he's a cop killer. And then he starts making up this bullshit about we just need to find Sugar, and we don't even need to be fucking with Mariah no more, and da. Shades is like, you're right. And he helps Comanche get his story straight as he walks over to Captain Rittenhauer's body, and he's like, yeah, man, you shot him, and as he was going down with his last dying breath, he shot you. And then he shoots Comanche in the stomach. And he had planned to let him bleed out, but he does not. Instead, he executes him like a proper assassin by shooting him in the chest, because he is a bastard. He could have shot that man in the head. Shot this man 2 inches from where he just shot him. And Comanche dies.
Yes.
So,
More.
by Comanche and his twist, he's
His
done.
twist.
Bushmaster ends up busting in on Mariah and Tilda at their crib. Everything is to shit. Misty is basically rogue at this fucking point. Luke Cage is still concussed and useless. I think he's back at the church talking to his father. Like, they're having bonding moments now. This is the perfect time. Like, Piranha is dead. Nobody knows where anybody is. And this is when he decides to take a lunch break. And Tilda and Black Mariah at the crib getting tied up as we get more story. Still not the full story, but way more story on the beef between the Stokes and the Ivors over this damn Bushmaster rum shit. And basically, Buggy Stokes shot John's father. But before John's father died, he shot Buggy Stokes. He shot Buggy as well. John's father died at the scene. Buggy died in the hospital 6 months later. The MacGyvers fled to Kingston. Mabel Stokes found them in Kingston and killed John's mother. We don't know how yet. We know it might have had something to do with fire.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Mariah is screaming her Black Mariah crazy head off as she's being tied up, and they dousing her whole brownstone. Because when she realizes that all the money is going out of the account, the only thing that she has to fall back on is the brownstone. You know, those things are worth millions of dollars. He basically pours gasoline over the whole brownstone and lights it on fire. And he initially had Tilda and Mariah tied up, but he doesn't kill people he doesn't need to kill sometimes. So he unties Tilda and he tells her, maybe you can be a better child than I was. And he leaves. And of course, she can't get her mother untied from the chair, so she's not being a better child. And we're back to this. We're back to this whole child shit, living up to the expectations of a murderer. And Luke gets the word that Mariah's brownstone is on fire by a kid yelling in the street like they selling the damn Daily News. Extra, extra, Mariah's brownstone is on fire. And he runs over there, kicks the door in, and I don't know why Bushmaster did this, but he tied them up right near the front door. So all Luke Cage had to do was walk in 2 steps, pick Mariah up, pick Tilda up, and walk back out the front door, and they were safe. I don't know why the fire department didn't do this. I don't know why everybody was just standing outside watching this shit burn. But this is what happened. Also, brownstones are connected to other brownstones, so the longer they let that shit stand and burn, the more time they was giving another person's brownstone to catch on fire.
Right.
But we're not going to speak on any of that because them flames was digital anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bushmaster celebrating because he one of them niggas that shoot the shot and turn around and run back up court and don't even see if he made it.
He does that a lot.
He walks straight up into Harlem's paradise because he now owns the deed and everything to that as well, I guess.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, and he takes over.
Everything.
They got because you know they got Stephen Marley up in there playing, so it's reggae now, and they done took the picture down off the wall of Biggie, and they done put another picture up. I think it's of his father, of John Ivor, or maybe it's I don't know who that was in the picture. And yeah, because everybody who moves into Harlem Paradise, the first thing they do is change around the wall art. I think that's the most important thing.
You know, that has to make it feel like it's homely.
Mm-hmm. At the end of this episode, Mariah is like, I want to hire you, Luke. And that literally is one of the other themes this episode. Everybody that Luke ends up saving at some point wants to now hire them. But they all evil.
Right.
They all gangsters. So, yeah.
You know, she even made, now I don't think it was this episode. It might have even been the episode previously where she was like the only person. Yeah, that's when, you know, he had Piranha and she said, you know, the only person I could trust is my sworn enemy because, you know, he's the one who saved him when, you know, all that shooting in the club.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
It gets so much better.
Oh, it's the season about to get lit on fire. Pun intended. You know, it's about to be blazing for the next 5 episodes. So hope y'all are ready, man. The episodes, our review, our spoiler caps of episodes 8 through 11 and a half. are about to be lit as fuck. And then 12 and 13 to close out us of the season are really good. So can't wait to talk about them. Can't wait for y'all to listen. Can't wait to get y'all's feedback. But for now, let's get our feedback for this episode on and on. And we will holler at y'all next time. This has been the Where's My 40 Acres crew. Luke Cage season 2 recaps. And if you're on YouTube, you know what the deal is. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think about this review, us in general, as long as it's positive in the comments section. Thumbs down if a butt hurts. For everybody else listening on a podcast feed or a podcast network, appreciate y'all. Thank you for subscribing to the show. And we will get another episode to y'all as soon as you click play on the next episode. So see y'all on Luke Cage season 2, episode 8. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. Till then, peace.